trying to figure out how to make the information stop flowing rather than trying to improve the conditions that are obviously generating this kind of information.
I wonder, when you talk about the phones, when you talk about this sort of access to information and transparency, whether this is limited to Alabama or whether this lack of accountability and insight that we have into prison systems, whether you were able to find this type of a pattern repeating in other states as well.
I would say, the conditions that allowed for the crisis in Alabama to deepen to such a severe extent exist all throughout prisons in America. Secrecy, lack of accountability, a punitive mindset, ability to make people work for free. That exists in all of America's facilities. And I would say, yes, our film is about Alabama, and yes, our film is about prisons, but our film is also about what happens when a government is allowed to detain people under constrained and surveyed communication with little to no accountability. And that's not just happening in terms of our state or federal criminal prison system. That's happening in other arenas too. There is an urgent conversation we need to have about whether detaining people secretly and cutting them off from civil society and cutting the press off from being able to report on what's happening in institutions is compatible with a democracy.
The HBO original documentary, The Alabama Solution, is now available to stream on HBO Max. And I want to thank the filmmakers, Andrew Jarecki and Charlotte Kaufman, both for joining us and just for making the film. Thank you so much.
Thank you for watching, and thanks for sharing this with your audience.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
And that is it for our program tonight. If you want to find out what's coming up on the show every night, sign up for our newsletter at pbs.org/Amanpour. Thank you for watching, and goodbye from London.
Amanpour & Company is made possible by the Anderson Family Endowment, Jim Atwood and Leslie Williams, Candace King Weir, the Sylvia A. and Simon B. Poita Programming Endowment to Fight Anti-Semitism, the Family Foundation of Layla and Mickey Strauss, the Philemon M. D'Agostino Foundation, the Peter G. Peterson and Joan Gantz Cooney Fund, Charles Rosenblum, Monique Schoen Warshaw, Koo and Patricia Ewan, committed to bridging cultural differences in our communities, Barbara Hope Zuckerberg, and by contributions to your PBS station from viewers like you. Thank you.
You're watching PBS.
Sherlock, all 4 seasons streaming now with PBS Passport.
A bit different from my day.
You've no idea.
Mike, can I borrow your phone? There's no signal on mine.
Well, what's wrong with the landline?
I prefer to text.
Sorry, it's in my coat.
Here. Use mine.
Oh, thank you.
It's an old friend of mine, John Watson.
Afghanistan or Iraq?
Sorry?
Which was it, Afghanistan or Iraq?
Afghanistan. Sorry, how did you...
Ah, Molly, coffee, thank you. What happened to the lipstick?
It wasn't working for me.
Really? I thought it was a big improvement. Mouth's too small now.
Okay.
How do you feel about the violin?
Sorry, what?
I play the violin when I'm thinking. Sometimes I don't talk for days on. And would that bother you? Potential flatmates should know the worst about each other.
Well, you told him about me?
Not a word.
Then who said anything about flatmates?
I did. Told Mike this morning that I must be a difficult man to find a flatmate for. Now here he is, just after lunch with an old friend, clearly just home from military service in Afghanistan. Wasn't a difficult leap.
How did you know about Afghanistan?
Got my eye on a nice little place in central London. Together we ought to be able to afford it. We'll meet there tomorrow evening, 7 o'clock. Sorry, got a dash. I think I left my riding crop in the mortuary.
Is that it?
Is that what?
We've only just met. We're going to go look at a flat.
Problem?
We don't know a thing about each other. I don't know where we're meeting. I don't even know your name.
I know you're an army doctor and you've been invalided home from Afghanistan. I know you've got a brother who's worried about you, but you won't go to him for help because you don't approve of him, possibly because he's an alcoholic, more likely because he recently walked out on his wife. And I know that your therapist thinks you're limp psychosomatic quite correctly, I'm afraid. It's enough to be going on with, don't you think? The name's Sherlock Holmes and the address is 221B Baker Street. Afternoon.
He's always like that.
Tonight on PBS News Weekend, as the government shutdown begins a new month, uncertainty for the tens of millions of low-income Americans who rely on government food assistance. Then a new book looks at China's dazzling infrastructure and how modern China has been shaped by engineers. And a remote island in the Indian Ocean where climate change is driving an ancient, distinctively shaped tree to the brink of extinction.
It just looks like something out of a Dr. Seuss book. It has this umbrella-shaped canopy, and if we lose these trees, it would be devastating not just symbolically, but for the entire ecosystem.
Major funding for PBS News Weekend has been provided by...
In 1995, two friends set out to make wireless coverage accessible to all. With no long-term contracts, nationwide coverage, and 100% US-based customer support. Consumer Cellular. Freedom calls.
The ongoing support of these individuals and institutions.
Certified financial planner professionals are proud to support PBS News Weekend. CFP professionals are committed to acting in their clients' best interest. More information at letsmakeaplan.org.
And Friends of the News Hour. This program was made possible by the contributions to your PBS station from viewers like you. Thank you.
Good evening, I'm John Yang. There is uncertainty tonight for the tens of millions of low-income Americans who rely on the government's biggest nutrition program. Two federal judges have told the Trump administration it must use available emergency funds to provide at least partial benefits for the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, or SNAP, what used to be called food stamps. This afternoon, one of the judges said